Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Emmanuel Macron, a reform-driven leader shaping modern France's early life and education. Emmanuel Macron was born on December 21, 1977, in the city of Amiens, France. Raised in a family of medical professionals, he distinguished himself early as an exceptional student with strong interests in literature, philosophy, and public affairs. After completing his secondary studies at a prestigious Jesuit school, he earned a degree in philosophy and later studied at Sciences Po, one of France's top political science institutions. Macron then entered the École Nationale d'Administration, ENA, the elite training ground for many of France's top civil servants. Early career and moved to banking upon graduating from ENA. Macron joined the French Ministry of Economy as an inspector of finances, where he developed skills in public administration and economic regulation. In 2008, he transitioned to the private sector, joining the investment bank Rothschild Cie. There, he built a reputation as a talented banker and played a major role in several high-profile international business deals. Entry into politics. Macron entered frontline politics in 2012 when he joined the administration of President François Hollande as Deputy Secretary General of the Élysée Palace. His role placed him at the center of key economic and political decisions. In 2014, he was appointed Minister of Economy, Industry and Digital Affairs, where he promoted pro-business reforms aimed at modernizing the French economy and encouraging innovation. Rise to the presidency. In 2016, Macron founded his own political movement, La République En Marche, presenting it as a centrist alternative to France's traditional political parties. His message resonated strongly with voters seeking change. In 2017, at only 39 years old, Macron won the French presidential election, becoming the youngest president in the country's history. His party went on to secure a solid majority in the National Assembly, allowing him to begin implementing his reform agenda. First term, 2017 to 2022. Macron's first term focused on transforming France's economic and social landscape. His government enacted measures to liberalize labor laws, attract investment, streamline public administration, and support technological innovation. However, his presidency also faced major challenges. The Yellow Vests, Gilets jaunes protests, which began in 2018, reflected frustration over rising living costs and perceived social inequality. Macron responded by launching national consultations and adjusting some reform plans. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Macron's leadership involved nationwide lockdowns, vaccination efforts, and economic support programs to stabilize businesses and workers. Second term, 2022-present. Macron was re-elected in 2022, again defeating far-right challenger Marine Le Pen. His second term began in a more fragmented political climate, as his centrist alliance no longer held an absolute majority in parliament. One of the defining events of his second term was the highly controversial pension reform, which raised the retirement age and triggered nationwide protests. The reform was pushed through using constitutional mechanisms, sparking criticism but also demonstrating his determination to enact long-term structural changes. In recent years, Macron has also faced increased political polarization, economic pressures, and a rise of both far-left and far-right forces, making governance more complex. Leadership style and political philosophy. Emmanuel Macron is often described as a reformist centrist, socially progressive, economically liberal, and strongly pro-European. He has championed innovation, environmental transformation, and digital development, while also advocating for European unity and strategic independence. Critics, however, argue that his leadership can appear technocratic and disconnected from grassroots concerns, which has fueled opposition from various social groups. International influence on the global stage. Macron has positioned France as a leading diplomatic voice in Europe. He actively engages in discussions about climate policy, security, global trade, and technological regulation. He has also sought to reinforce Europe's role in international affairs, promoting cooperation among EU members and calling for strategic autonomy in defense and technology. Legacy and impact. Emmanuel Macron remains one of the most influential French leaders of the 21st century. His presidency is marked by bold reforms, political upheaval, and a clear vision of adapting France to a changing global environment. Whether praised as a modernizer or criticized as an elitist, Macron undeniably reshaped the country's political landscape, introducing new dynamics that continue to define French politics today. Emmanuel Macron. A comprehensive profile. Early intellectual development. As a teenager, Macron was deeply involved in literature and theater. He won several academic awards and was known for his eloquence and curiosity. His early passion for philosophy led him to study under prominent philosophers. And he even worked briefly as an editorial assistant for a well-known French philosopher. These experiences helped shape his analytical style and later informed his political communication. Personal life and marriage. Macron's personal life has drawn wide public attention. While still a secondary school student, he met Brigitte Osier, a teacher at his school who led the drama club he participated in. Despite their age difference, their relationship grew over the years, and they eventually married in 2007. Brigitte Macron has since become a notable public figure, actively supporting educational, cultural, and social initiatives. Minister of Economy. Paving the way for reform. As Minister of Economy from 2014 to 2016, Macron worked on programs aimed at increasing economic flexibility and adapting France to global competition. Among his most recognized efforts were encouraging entrepreneurship and investment, reforming regulations to modernize certain professions, promoting digital innovation and technology startups, supporting measures to increase competition in the transportation sector. These actions earned him recognition as an ambitious reformer, but also generated criticism from labor unions and left-leaning politicians. Creation of En Marche, and the disruption of French politics when Macron launched En Marche. It was unconventional in many ways. It focused on grassroots engagement, recruiting supporters through local committees across the country. It positioned itself as forward-looking and pragmatic rather than strictly ideological. It drew candidates from diverse backgrounds, not traditional party insiders. This movement capitalized on widespread dissatisfaction with France's long-standing political parties, which many voters felt no longer represented their needs. Presidential victory and new political landscape. Macron's rapid rise reshaped the French political map. Traditional left and right-wing parties were weakened. A new centrist movement became dominant overnight. Younger voters and urban professionals played a large role in his victory. His election symbolized a desire for renewal and a break from traditional party politics. Key events of Macron's first-term labor market reforms. Macron introduced changes aimed at giving companies more flexibility in hiring and firing, hoping to stimulate job creation.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.